Good evening, glory, hallelujah to you. What the heck's your story and what's going through you? It is the return of the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. I'm your host, Pat Remlick. Hello, Bass Galaxy. How are you tonight? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Kapow. Holy cow. It's been a little bit. And it's Wednesday night, and everybody's feeling right. And we got all kinds of stuff worked up for you tonight. A full boat. How many? 10 guests tonight? Holy shnikes. Is that a record besides like a New Year's Eve Christmas show or something?
I think we're
Stuck on 10. That's Andrew Ellenberger. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the ginger ninja. Give it up for that guy right there, Andrew Ellenberger. Producing the heck out of this show for the last 6 years. And thank you to all of you loyal listeners, all the messages we're getting on the Instagram today about the podcast. And Ginge, did you see all the love everybody's showing us today?
Yeah, it's been awesome.
On the Insta. Thank you so much to everyone for listening to the Straight Cast podcast, and the success of the Straight Cast podcast is because of all of you. So give it up for yourself right now, Bass Galaxy. Thank you. Thank you so much. On with the show. Huge show tonight. We got coming on the $1 million Bassin Babies. Yeah. Logan Parks and Tucker Smith, my buds, coming on the show tonight. I just won $1 million bass fishing. You tell me that's not the magic of bass fishing? Come on. Yikes. Excited to hear from these dudes. And then I bring in my bud, Pistol Pete. He's going to co-host with me, Pistol Pete from Omnia Fishing, and we're bringing in the Minnesota Mafia. Hold your applause now. These are all bangers, these guys. We got Austin Felix, Bob Downey, Josh Douglas. We got Brad Leuthner. Okay, we got Rich Lindgren and some special appearances. So that's pretty huge deal right there. What are you talking about? Yikes. Heck yeah, it's the Minnesota Mafia. Something's in the water, right? Something's going on over there. Like they're breeding monsters of bass and success. And we got to find out what's happening. We're going to try and point the finger on this. So all that's going on, but down to a little bit of business right now. First off, I want to remind everybody tuning in. Oh, hey, I'm going to be on that Serious Angler podcast, Ginge. That's coming up sometime this week. We'll keep everybody on that. I think that might be tomorrow. That's tomorrow. And Serious Angler podcast tomorrow. And also, this is amazing, Ginge. Now, we've had best ofs in the past on Stray Cast, right? But now we have reruns. And guess what? You, the Stray Cast viewer, are hosting these Stray Cast reruns. Give it up for yourself. Come on. This is a glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. This is how you do things. And you, the viewer, are going to host these reruns. And you've been submitting your videos, and we have the four episodes picked. There were 4 slots available. Andy picked them. I picked 2. Andy picked 2. And I hope yours are good, Ginge. But anyway, that starts Friday with Fake Spencer and Bass Buster 69 with the Seth Feider AOY episode. So that's live, but not live, Friday night. Rerun of the Seth Feider AOY episode hosted by Fake Spencer and Bass Buster 69. Boom, we're chugling right along, right? Like Creedence Clearwater Revival or something. Hey, want to remind everybody on a positive note that December 5th is International Aaron Martin's Day. And if you remember, it all started last year. Gary, Aaron's bestie, and Leslie Martins had the International Aaron Martin's Day. And that is, again, this December 5th, and the goal of that is just to flood the internet with Aaron love. And that's pictures of Aaron, memories of Aaron, anything. Right there, December 5th from here on out is always International Aaron Martin's Appreciation Day. You know what I mean? That is real deal. That's proper bassing. That's what I'm saying. Legend everyone. Love you and miss you, Aaron. Hey, shout out to my boys at Crestliner. Thanks, Joe, for sending me this fancy new hoodie today. And also want to tell everybody to check out the new Crestliner website. Dialed in, new build-a-boats, all pretty cool. It's pretty fancy pants. You seen that, Ginge? All that space age stuff? Yeah, it's pretty neat what we could do now. I'm telling you on there. You just go and build your own boat creation. It's pretty neat. Ginge, on to the Tin Cup Whiskey Word of the Week. The Tin Cup Whiskey Word of the Week compliments of Luke Foley and Tin Cup Whiskey is Minnesota. What? Minnesota. What? Minnesota. There's 3 down right there. We ask you whatever you choose to drink this evening during the Tin Cup Minnesota Mafia $1 Million Baby episode that you do sip responsibly. And thank you again to Tin Cup Whiskey for your support of the Stray Cast, outdoor cartoon television glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. It's a lot of words right there. And again, you hear the word Minnesota, take a sip. Take a little sip. Ginge, I think I'm getting almost everything except one of the most important things of the evening. The like and share contest. Guess what? Since we've been off a week, it's not 1 like and share, but it's 2 like and shares. That's right, 2 like and shares. 2 chances. It's $100 worth of stuff tonight here on Stray Cast. And the first deal is coming, and this is a very sought after item. I know even Hank Cherry himself is putting in for this. These are 4 Berkeley Stunners. 4 Berkeley Stunners. Yeah, you're stunned, I know. 4 Berkeley Stunners. All you have to do is like and share this live Facebook feed, take it off of private. We're going to pick a winner here at the end of the show, okay? Also, the next deal is... Get this. Pistol Pete, of course, from Omnia Fishing. This show presented by Omnia Fishing, is giving away a $50 gift card. That's right. Spend it on whatever you want. We don't care. We don't even care. $50. Like and share this live Facebook feed. 2 winners tonight. It's amazing. Ginge, did I nail it? Did I get everything? Let's put the power poles down. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with the $1 Million Bassin' Guys and a special guest. Wait till you see this.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man, and the mountain, and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain whiskey.
Nobody wants to run out of power when they're on the water. There is a better way. Introducing the Charge Marine Power Management Station from PowerPole that does the work of 3 devices: a traditional battery charger, a charge on the run, and an emergency start system. PowerPole Charge.
The TH Marine Hydrowave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The Hydrowave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The Hydrowave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
All right. Pretty good, pretty neat. Welcome back. I'm Pat Renwick. This is the glorified version of a Bass and Talk Show. Make no mistakes. Want to remind everybody this segment is presented by Berkeley Fishing in Abu Garcia, and it's your chance to win 4 stunners. All you got to do is like and share this live Facebook feed right here, and we are more than ecstatic to bring the new dynamic duo, Bassins $1 million babies. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Logan Parks and Tucker Smith. Yes, welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Auburn dudes, look at you guys. Millionaires. I mean, half a millionaires. It's pretty damn good. You're a millionaire team. Good to see you. How are you, Tucker?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me all right?
Hey, what the hell's going on? Ginge, what is that? What's that music? Oh, it can only be the master of Funkadelic Bassmaster Elite Series, not rookie anymore, but sophomore, Bass Galaxy. Give it up for the one and only Matthew Robertson. Wow. Matty, what in the world are you even doing here?
Oh, nothing, buddy. Nothing. Dropping with some congratulations, on winning. So,
hey, we couldn't have done it without your prop.
buddy, I'll be honest with you. Whenever y'all stopped by the house to pick the props up, I didn't even know what tournament you were going to. I thought you was going to some college tournament. Next thing I know, I get a phone call from our buddy Jamie, and it's like, dude, they just won $1 million. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like,
Prop the whole time.
yeah.
Pretty cool, man. Like, I mean, inadvertently, they say everything in the Bass Galaxy and in life happens for a reason. And it's a pretty beautiful thing that you look at it, and pretty proper that Matt Robertson stepped up with that deal right there. Matt, thank you for doing that. The Bass Galaxy thanks you.
Yeah, thank you, Matt.
Yeah. You're welcome, boys. I'll be honest with you. I think some of Pedro's rock, I think the prop was so close to Pedro's rock for so long, I think it absorbed some of that energy.
Aha, it makes sense. That makes total sense, actually.
Because my boat rock, I have a boat rock that I keep in my boat right there below the throttle, and it most definitely sucked it out.
Oh, yeah. That's a true story. That's a true story right there, man. Pretty cool, man. Hey, Matt, what do you think about this? I mean, I know it's an aspiration of yours to win $1 million bass fishing, but these kids kind of got it out of the way. You know what I mean? Right away.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of damn money, boys. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'd have partied $100,000 of it away that night. Like, I'd have probably ended up in Vegas. I mean,
Oh.
yeah, honestly, it's pretty impressive, and yeah, it's a good way to get your foot in the door and get started going.
Heck yeah,
So,
Sure.
absolutely,
yeah,
man.
both of you's great anglers. I've done seen that, on the college trail and whatnot, and yeah, dude, like now you got a step ahead having the money to be able to try and do it. So
100%. There it is. You got one more than 1 foot in the door. Basically, they got 500,000 feet in the door. And
ain't no shit.
hey, Matt, thanks for popping in, man. That was pretty cool.
Hey, I
dude.
gotta ask them.
Go ahead. Yeah.
First off, what was it like to have $500,000?
I haven't set in yet. I don't know. I'm trying to save it wisely. I know Logan is too, and we're going to try to fish the opens and make it. So
Now, listen to the question again, Matt. Matt, ask it again. What's
it like to have $500,000?
Oh, I thought you said what was it like? Because it's not a half.
What was it like? What was it
Because it's not a $500,000 anymore.
How much have either one of you spent $100,000 yet?
no.
I think Logan has.
Logan, you drop 100 G's.
He
yet?
seems like the kind of guy that went out balling. I'm going to be honest.
I lost
Yeah?
connection. I lost connection there for a second. I don't know what happened.
How
What was the
appropriate!
question?
How appropriate, Tucker.
Y'all were like, I couldn't hear anything.
So go ahead, Matt.
Have you spent $100,000 yet? Either one of you?
I'd probably spend some on an account right now if he can figure out how to save me tax season.
Hey, buddy, I'm good with numbers.
His name is Matthew Maddox. Just so you guys know, you call up Matt. You guys hit him up. He not only has a vast selection of props, he's also amazing with numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Onum. And hey, before we go, we would be amiss. Matt, what's going on with the new apparel line of Onum? Where you at with that? What's happening?
Man, getting a bunch of new hoodies, t-shirts, and got a couple new hats coming. A nice 7-panel hat.
Nice.
Be here in January. Yeah, gonna be loaded up. Gonna have a booth at the Classic, and sell the shit out of some Onum apparel.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Matthew Robertson.
Yeah,
Want a
OnumFishing.com.
hat?
yeah, send some
All
our way.
right, shoot me, man. Just send me a text and let me know which ones y'all want, and give me an address.
Appreciate it.
There it is.
All right.
Right there. Hey, thanks, Matt.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, best of luck, man, in 22, Matty.
Congratulations.
Hey, bring home
Yeah.
the wood, Matt. Bring home the wood.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time, Matt Robertson. That's right. Peace, bud.
Yeah, boys.
Talk to you tomorrow, Matty. Safe travels.
See you, bud.
Later. It's Matt Robertson. What do you think about that, boys? What the heck is that kid doing here? Do you know Matt was going to visit you?
No.
Oh man, on to you guys. I wanted to bring. I thought it was pretty special that you guys hooked up with Matt and you guys the prop and on your way, and the rest is totally almost your guys doing, and we'll get into more of that as it is. But I want to ask you guys. Let's start like this. Let me say, guys, what is the most trouble you have ever been in your life? Tucker, I'm going to ask you first. What's the most trouble you ever been in your life, Tucker? You can be honest. You can. I don't care. You could be just, tell me part of it. Whatever. Yeah, it could be school. It could be at home. Whatever. I mean, I'm not looking for dirt or anything. Just like a trouble time.
Trying to juggle college, schoolwork, and fishing this past year was pretty troublesome. But I think after after winning that tournament, I think my parents might have a new outlook on fishing. Me, not doing school as much.
Well, very, very well said. And Logan, how about you, bud? Like, what's the most troubled you have ever been in your life? That was a trouble that Tucker had. Well, how about you?
We can't talk about that on camera.
Well, disclose what you may and tell us something. There's got to be a time of trouble in your life that you can share with us.
Probably the most trouble was at the high school national championship on Kentucky Lake. One time we were fishing in the back of a creek, and we were probably 15 miles from the boat ramp, and a storm rolled in. We could see it coming, and my dad's the one that's always checking the radar, like, storm's headed your way. You better be finding some cover in the next 30 minutes. And me and my partner in high school kind of blew it off, and it got right up on us, and the lightning started striking and stuff. And so we were like, oh, we got to get out of here. And we started running back to the ramp, and we made about a minute and blew our lower unit.
Oh,
so
my
we
God.
were like laying down on the front deck.
That
of the
is
boat,
trouble,
rolling
Tucker.
back to the house.
Logan's in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, it was scary. It was scary. Some boys from Louisiana ended up towing us in. So shout out to those guys.
Yeah, 100%. But the bottom line is it worked out okay, right? It worked out okay. You're here. And guess what? Just like Tucker just said, and like you're just saying now, Logan, that feeling that you guys got when you won the $1 million, think about that for a minute. Okay, think about that thought for a minute, that relief or that wow factor. That's what shows you everything always works out. And it works out differently for everybody. I don't want to get like all philosophical here, but wow, what a grand scale for it to work out like it did for you guys in this situation. $1 million in Bassin. So whatever my advice, like right now to you guys, whatever it's worth, like whatever trouble you ever run into, just remember that day when when you saw that weight flash and it went boom, and you're like, damn, we just won. Like, remember that. Remember that always, because that's the deal. Not, it could be, you could be hoisting a classic trophy someday. AOIs, you never know. But that moment right there, that's a saving grace, bud. That's a gift. Give it up. Thank you, God, and thank you, Bass Galaxy, for that. Wow. Unreal. Hey, you guys have done a bunch of shows already. Like, you've done national shows. You've been interviewed on national press and television and newspapers and radio, and it's got to be exhausting to be on this $1 million Bass Guy tour, right?
We've done a lot. Probably, I'd say in the 30s now. But I think this one that we're on right now. This has been the one I've been most excited for sure.
Cut it out. You don't have to say that, but thank you. But say it again. Or no, how about you just say it, Logan?
Yeah, this is the one I was looking forward to for sure.
No, we're just kidding. But thank you for that. But no, man, you've done a bunch of them. So what we're gonna do is something a little different for you guys. We do it on Stray Cast often. You might have heard it before, but we're gonna do Victory in a Nutshell. Hey, Jen, sorry, do you got that Benny Hill music? You know, that crazy ride around on the one? There it is. Okay, guys. So basically, just take a little bit of turns here, and Tucker and Logan, you're going to give us your victory in a nutshell. You know, include the little bit of practice time, include the days of competition, include the technique, the pattern, the last minutes of victory, all that stuff, and kind of switch off. But now, here's the thing. You're not going to do it as Tucker and Logan, okay? You're going to switch off and do it like sports announcer guys, announcing your victories. Are you down? Can you handle this? You better be ready to do stuff on the spot like this if you want a career in Bassin. It's survival of the fittest. Who wants to go first? Who's going to do victory in a nutshell from an outside point of view, like third-person perspective?
You got to give us an example.
Okay. Okay. The amazing Tucker and Logan came a 3-day victory, carried it out. It's $1 million tournament. Day 1 of practice was blank. Day 2 of the event was blank. It was narrowed down to the end. Boom, blank. Came in with this blank, and it was all victory blank. See what I'm saying? Fill in the blanks. Can you do it? Come on, give it a try. Just tell me about your victory. Tell me about the victory, Tucker.
No.
But to Gingy, give him more Benny Hill though. We gotta have Benny Hill behind him. There it is. All right, victory in a nutshell with Tucker Smith. Take me from the beginning, man.
Oh.
Hey, wait, you said you were looking forward to this show. You've seen enough of these.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
come on.
So,
Come on. Tighten
Logan
up, Tucker.
They're coming in to this tournament.
Okay.
You know,
Yes, love it.
nothing. Looking into nothing. We don't know what's about to happen. They're facing a field with lots of really good fishermen. They don't know what's going to happen. They've traveled from South Carolina and they blew a prop, and now they're headed to Bull Shoals. Bull Shoals is, it's 15 hours away, but they're college kids and they're going to drink Monster Energy until they get there. So they get there, they catch as many bass as they can, and they end up finishing 13th place. And then from there, they went to Table Rock Lake, not knowing what to expect, but looky there, they won $1 million.
Very good. And that's the synopsis by Tucker Smith of the outside perspective. Now, Logan, you got the luxury of going second in this one. You better make it good. All right. Here it is, Logan Parks on Logan Parks.
The dynamic duo of Logan Parks and Tucker Smith traveled far reaches across the world, from South Carolina all the way to Arkansas and then Missouri, where they fished their hearts out. They caught 14 pounds at Bull Shoals and finished in 13th place. From there, they traveled to Missouri, where they competed against anglers that have been there for 6 days when they only had half a day of practice. After battling it out the first 2 days, the team set in 8th place going into the final day, where they caught 16.41, and it was just enough for $1 million purchase.
Wow. Holy cow. I mean, no disrespect, Tucker, but if you don't ever catch him in the future, you got a future in this broadcasting game. Good job. Logan Parks, the broadcaster.
I had to go first. That wasn't fair, Pat.
No, but you did really good, Tucker. You did good, bud. You did good. But that's pretty cool, man. The deal there in them tough Clearwater lakes that time of the year too, man. You scratched out 16 pounds the last day, right?
Yeah, it was not too shabby.
Not too shabby. What were you doing? I mean, I really tell me what was going on. How were you catching them, and what was the technique? What was the pattern? Because no disrespect, but sometimes I remove myself from these things to keep myself fresh for the guests, and I want to hear it. What was it, bud?
Chasing bait at Bull Shoals as well as Table Rock, and we had to use our side scan and find those bait balls, and the bait balls were anywhere from the ends of points to off deep road beds, and we were fishing in 100 foot of water, and
wow.
Those fish were just suspended in about 15, 20 foot, and we were basically using our front facing sonar to throw at the individual bait balls. You can see the fish under them, and then we're using a Demiki rig to actually pick those fish off underneath the bait ball. So it was crazy seeing every single one of them eat the bait, and you could just reel them in. It was sick.
Oh my gosh! And you guys would kind of just take turns picking them on the front deck. Is that how you're both?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You maybe one take at it and then another guy take a cast. Is that how you kind of taking turns? How? Because I know that that forward facing, you got to kind of it could be finicky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were in singles, so we found that pitching 2 baits at them pretty much shot your chances at catching one. So just kind of alternate, I would guess, something like that.
Okay.
If there was a bunch though, we'd throw out all of them. Sometimes there'd be groups of 5 or 6.
Nice. Just start sending in the artillery at them, right? Who taught you guys how to do that? That's a talent. I've seen guys go out with the forward facing and suck at it. And it's not as easy as a lot of people think, is it, Tucker?
My mentor with it was Aaron Martins. He was a wizard with the forward facing sonar.
He sure was.
He was, but that's kind of the person that taught me, and then also Joey Nania taught me a little bit about it too, and it's really changed the game in fishing.
Gotcha. How about you, Logan?
I never really have, I guess, gone out with anybody and learned it, but the first time we really caught all of the fish we caught using that was at Hartwell for the college bass event this year, and me and Tucker caught him doing that there with the Demiki rig. So Tucker kind of showed me the ways of the Demiki, I would say.
Nice, the old crappie bait.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
It's ice fishing. There it is. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, man, you figured it out, and wow. So what was so let me ask you this. So you had roughly 16 pounds the last day. Ginge, let's add this up. 16 pounds the last day. What was the other days? How much roughly? It was 3-day derb, right? How many? Okay, 14. You're kind of cutting out on my end, Tucker. So you had 14.
13. 13 both days.
13 both days. So they had 13, 13, 16. Now, Ginge, what's that together? That's 42, and it's $1 million that they won. Okay, so if they caught 42 pounds of fish and it earned them $1 million, what does that come out to, Ginge? $23,800 a pound. A pound. That's some high-grade tuna. You guys ever hear that bit before? You ever hear that one? Yes. There it is. Right there. No, I get, yeah. I mean, I heard that.
Poundage.
That's some heavy poundage. My phone was blowing up that day. They're like, hey, Pat, they're doing your bits on live television. I'm like, oh, okay. So, but hey, that's a lot of pounds per deal right there. I mean, think about that. You will never, ever achieve that in whatever tournament career. Like we've had KVD, Jordan, all the top money guys, Clun, none of their per pound is anywhere near. How many, Ginge? 223,000 a pound. Yikes. Whatever. That's a lot. Holy smokes, that's a lot, man. Dude, basically the Catalina wine mixer. You won. Have you ever thought? I mean, come on. Hey, so has besides me, has anybody else asked you to borrow money?
Oh yeah.
Actually,
Say it again, Tucker.
actually,
No shit. Really? Okay. Okay. It's like coming out of the woodwork. Like aunts and uncles you never even knew you had, Tucker. Logan's cousins from Pennsylvania that he never even heard of are calling him, right?
My buddy texted me. He was like, "Hey, remember when I bought you that public sub the other day? You never paid me back for it."
Oh, now it's all coming out, right?
people say that they've made deals with me before the tournament even started, and I don't remember any of the deals that I made.
Wow. Okay, Tucker's making some bargains there. Hey, I want to ask you guys, get to know you guys a little bit here. Okay, we've heard a lot about the tournament victory and other media sources, and I kind of want to get to know you guys a little bit. Okay, so basically, besides let's talk about it this way. Your strengths as a bass fisherman and your strengths as a human. Logan, let me ask you first. What's your strength as a bass fisherman and your strength as a person?
I would say my strengths as a bass fisherman are, just being able to do a lot of different things. Like not specifically being like the master at one technique, but just being well diverse and being able to run a bunch of different techniques and patterns. I don't have one set thing I like to go and do at every single place. I just kind of like to feel it out and fish what the fish are telling me to do. And then me and smallmouth really get along for whatever reason.
Okay. Wow, they hate me. And how about as a person? What's your strength as a person?
As a person, probably being able to handle a lot at once.
Wow.
I'm pretty good at like doing class, doing school, fishing the tournaments. Like throwing in a little bit of partying every now and then. I mean, I can handle
Balance.
a lot of stuff at once. Yeah,
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's important in life, for everything, for real, for real. How about you, Tucker? As a bass fisherman and a person, what are your strengths?
I'd say with bass fishing, I'd say probably replicating a pattern. I feel like that I've gotten better through the last couple of years at replicating patterns. I think that's helped out a lot, catching a fish a certain way in one place and then looking at a place on the map and finding another place that looks like that. I'd say finding the same, kind of replicating the same pattern would be something that I've gotten good at. And I'd say as a person, probably patience.
Okay. Wow.
That kind of correlates with bass fishing too, but also as a person, I feel like I've, gotten better with being patient.
That's a very scholared answer, Tucker. In Patterns and Patience by Tucker Smith. That's the first Bassin book.
PP.
Yes, Patterns and Patience in Bassin in Life with Tucker Smith. I like it. I like it right there. I like it. Hey, Logan, what's a song that makes you think of fishing, and what's a song that makes you think of babes, girls?
A song that makes me think of fishing is "Buy Me a Boat" by Chris Jansen.
Okay, yeah, I like that one.
And a song that makes me think of babes would be
that could be "Buy Me a Boat" too.
"Pour Some Sugar on Me."
By Def Leppard.
Oh yeah,
I like it. How about you? Go ahead, Tucker. You're a song about bassin and a song about babes.
Bassin. I'd say maybe some AC/DC, probably Thunderstruck.
Okay, yeah. Motivator.
Bass fishing. Yep. And then about girls, maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Well, I didn't hear the song. Well, say it again.
Call me maybe.
I think that he's what's going on with Tucker? Because I only get the last part of his words.
he said, "Call me maybe."
Call me maybe. Okay. Sing that whole song for us right now, Tucker, would you?
I can't do that.
Just kidding. All right, call me maybe. I might know it. I don't know it. Hey, yeah, I think when you move backwards too, Tucker, that I only hear part of what you're saying.
Maybe my hair is getting in the signal.
What's your recommendation, Ginge? Oh, maybe try taking the earbuds out. There you go. And turn them off. Hey, Logan. Whoa, now we're back. There we are. You there, Logan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's now that you're a millionaire, your life's only going to get better. You know what I mean? Or a half a millionaire, but you're investing, and I know it's already up to $1 million. I wasn't supposed to say that. But anyway, now, you're going to end up with good things happening in life, and they're going to want to make a movie about you. And when the time comes to make a movie about you, who is the actor that's going to play the part of you, Logan Parks?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Who's the actor?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good, Tucker. That's way better, bud.
Alrighty.
Did you hear the question too? Because you can think about it too, Tucker. When they make this movie about you guys, the $1 million Bassin babies, like who's gonna play the part of both of you guys?
I know exactly who it's gonna be.
Well, go ahead, Tucker.
Pat Renwick.
Okay, I'm horrible. I'm thinking more like Matt Damon and what's the other guy? What's Batman's name? Affleck. Yeah, Damon and Affleck. Let's go with.
I want Pat. He's got the hair.
All right. I'll play Tucker. That's a deal. Right there. Hey, who's the most dangerous angler on the planet right now, Tucker? The most dangerous angler on the planet. I've been asking people this.
That's a tough one. I'd have to say either Seth Feider or Jacob Wheeler.
Feider or Wheeler? Okay, and we're getting that answer a lot between those two. How about you, Logan?
I would say probably the same thing, Feider or Wheeler. They're definitely two of the best in my opinion, but I can't ever count out Matt Robertson either, though.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, Matt's got the wherewithal to make things like that happen. That's for sure. I want to ask you guys this. Like they always say, the future of Bassin. Let's grow the sport. You guys have heard that, right? I mean, for crying out loud, the sport has grown. You just won $1 million doing it in a couple derbs. But if you had a wish for the future of the sport of bass fishing, what do you think, Tucker? What would make bass fishing just even more amazing in the future?
I think raising the winnings would be cool.
Okay, well, raising the winnings.
Like instead of like $100,000, make it like $500,000 or something like that.
Right.
You know,
500,000 or just a bunch more $1 million derbs.
or just $1 million.
See, he's all bougie now. You can't even ask the kid questions, Ginge. Everything's high dollars. High dollars. He just goes to Arby's. He don't even give value menus anymore. He's like Arby's, Long John Silver, the expensive stuff at Popeyes, all that. That's what Tucker's eating. How about you? How about you, Logan? What do you think?
I got two things.
Okay.
One is less realistic, but
Okay.
we could build a time machine and go back to fish all these lakes all our grandparents fished when they were first made, and they all caught like 10-pounders.
Yes, I'm with you.
That would be sick.
Dude,
we could take our technology back. Oh, it'd be insane.
We would kill him. Now, there's an old Bassmaster feature every month that used to be called Harry and Charlie. Have you guys ever heard of that, Tucker, Logan? Harry and Charlie.
No.
They were from Swamp Gas Corners, and their bass club was the Bass Blaster. You guys heard of the Bass Blaster. But anyway, they did stuff like that. Like Harry and Charlie had time machines, and they go back and they'd like be throwing giant freaking Colorado spinnerbaits and catching like 29-pound bass in the prehistoric era. It was amazing. But you're not far off. You're really close, Logan. Look up Harry and Charlie, guys. You'll love it. It's amazing in the old Bass Master. What's the other one, Logan? What's the other wish? He's just smiling at me.
All right.
Hogan?
Logan, are you there?
Making it more like.
Oh, he's freezing.
Can you not hear me?
There you go. Oh, you're like doing the "No me arigato, Logan." Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, there you are. No, you're good. So what's the other part, bud?
I would say, making it more like some of the other sports, and I know that like there's been a trail that tried to do that, but like having these sponsors more supportive of like monetarily, like none of the pros should be paying anything out of pocket. They should be guaranteed income just fishing, just doing what they love and representing like the professional level, and like the NFL players are bringing home. And I know they don't have as much viewers as the NFL players, but I would like to see it go to a point that we get enough people interested in fishing that they do have that many viewers and they're on primetime television one day. That'd be cool.
It'd be a dream. It really would. I mean, it would be so amazing if all that happened, man.
Because it's such a grind, just to make it, and it's kind of deters a lot of people, I feel like.
It sure is. And you guys are on the grind right now. I mean, you got a long road to go. I mean, let's be honest about it. You guys both got a long way to go, but you got a sweet head start. Hey, Logan, dude, I know you got in an accident last night, dude. And I'm glad you're okay, bud. Your truck's not okay, but I'm glad you're okay, bud.
Yeah, that was pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody's obviously looking out for you. I mean, that's not a there's no mistake about that. Hey, I like your guys' Auburn podcast, you and Dirty Mike and the boys. Logan.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Dirty Mike and the boys woke up in my Crestliner one time. It was a mess. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, it must be Dirty Mike and the boys. But what's going on? I mean, you're getting ready to graduate. You just won $1 million. Like, I mean, you kind of hold that deal together over there. What's the plans, man?
Just trying to make it, man. I want to fish as much as I possibly can. Fish bass, fish MLF, fish whatever, whoever will have me, and hopefully qualify for something. I want to fish the Elite Series. That's been a lifetime goal of mine. So that's what we're going to be working towards the hardest for sure.
Cool. I love it. I love it, man. No, Tucker, man, you're a force. I'm gonna tell you that. Like everybody that I talk to that knows you, Tucker, they're like, that kid catches them, dude. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, there's something up with that kid. Something up with him. I mean, he's got something going on, And yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I mean, I've gotten very blessed, and I got lucky enough to catch some fish sometimes. But no, I'd say I've been really blessed with where I am. Yes, sir.
No, people have told me that you were part bass, and I'm not kidding. Now listen to me. Listen to me. When I was a kid, I had pets, right? I had moonshine. I had sunshine. I had hippie parents. You know what I mean? And good, amazing parents, amazing pets. But here's the deal. Like, my parents always encouraged bass fishing, but you actually have pet bass. And that's why you're so in tune with bass. Like, you have pet bass that you like go out and walk and feed them brim and take them to the bass veterinarian. You take them to school and show kids and around the block. Like you understand bass fishing, don't you?
We've got some bass in the backyard, and there's some 5 and 6 pounders, and we feed them a couple brim every day. They Now we're trying to get them to jump through some hoops right now, but they won't do it.
Hey man, when your sponsors call you up and they're like, "We need a picture fish," you're like, "Don't worry, gotcha, bud, gotcha. Be right back." Got a
you just got to
six.
you just got to cut the hook off real quick and dangle it right above the water, and they'll just come up and
just grab them like John Cox used to do. That's all you got to do. Hey man, Tucker, I got to bring it up, bud. Lots of times, man, Aaron would call and you'd be with him.
Oh yeah.
Our bud Aaron Martins, and even when Aaron was on the show a few times, I think you were maybe even in the truck or in the background or something. I can't remember for sure.
Probably, I was with him a lot.
We did a lot of stuff with Aaron, and Aaron spoke so highly of you. He really did. Yeah, my friend Tucker, right, Pat? You know Tucker, right? I mean, you know Tucker. And I'd be like, yes, Aaron, I know Tucker. He told me. I know Tucker. And it's pretty special, man. And when you won that $1 million, you guys won that $1 million. I can't help thinking that Aaron was right there with you.
Oh, I know he was.
You can't help.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know it. I know because that tournament. The reason why it meant so much to me is Table Rock was Aaron's last professional victory. And to be able to win it at Table Rock was really, really something special. And I had a reel that he gave me strapped on the front deck the whole tournament. So
nice.
It was pretty neat.
He's right there, bud. He's right there.
Yeah, I know it.
Like you were a sponge when you were with Aaron. You just soaked it all in, dude. I know you.
You sit there with him, and it was like, a fishing YouTube video every time he sat down next to him. He would teach you so much in 5 minutes that you would just be thinking, there's nothing else I need to learn. And then he'd go again.
It'd be the craziest thing. Like, I'd be like, oh, okay. And the next thing he's giving me a tutorial on sharpening a hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for real, Aaron.
Yeah.
I mean,
like I was going to say, I mean, the thing that Aaron, not just about fishing, but he was such a good guy, and the way that he treated people was, he was just one of those guys that you always wanted to be around, just the way he treated everybody, and he treated everybody like himself. And every time we went fishing together, he'd be like, "Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?" And that's something that a lot of people wouldn't say to a young kid when I was young going with him. A lot of people would just say, "We're going here, we're going there." But Aaron would really treat me like I was equal with him. And he would tell me, where do you want to go? And what do you want to do? And it was really cool.
Wow, man. What a fortunate thing to get to spend time with Aaron to mentor you as he did in that, and then just of course for you to come out with a $1 million victory in your bud right there over your shoulder. Yikes.
I know it.
Yikes. Amazing. Amazing stuff right there. It's a big future for you guys, man. There's a big future for you guys. Oh, hey, Tucker, let's not forget, too, and tell everybody out here watching and listening tomorrow, December 5th is, of course, International A-Mark Day, right, Tucker? And
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Everybody make sure to post a picture of Aaron on December 5th. And, that's going to be his day that we're going to remember him every year that day. So
yes.
everybody participate.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, you know how, Logan, you know how like on these YouTube deals that we got that everybody's doing now, and in the TikToks, in the Bookface lives like this, and the IG lives, everybody does shout outs, right, Logan? It's like shout outs, right? You know, Tucker, you know about shout outs, right? Yeah, so like before we go, I need you guys to just like give some shout outs. Go ahead and give some shout outs.
I would say, shout out to Berkeley.
That's right.
The Max sent flat-nosed minnow caught a lot of fish while we were, at Table Rock and Bull Shoals, and this the new Xenon combo, man.
Look at you showing off. I see you.
This is the lightest combo I've ever used for a spinning reel. It's insane. I mean, it's like holding a feather, but you can feel every little like fish that breathes on it. And then my last shout out would be to Will with Buck and Bass.
Oh yeah, those are good guys over there. Yeah,
he's got the new Orville jacket. It's really, really warm. If you need a Christmas gift, check him out. Shoot me a message and I can get you in touch with him and probably give you a little bit of a discount on it. So
wow, look at you. Okay, check it out and just message Logan. He's going to hook you up. And I got to tell you something about that Xenon. Not only is she a warrior and a supernova girl, but amazing reel. And you know what that reel looks like, Logan?
What does it look like?
It looks like the Millennium Falcon Han Solo ship used to look before it went to battle. Like when the first guy got it off the showroom, that's how the Millennium Falcon looked. And then Han just beat the snot out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like Han Solo using it.
Tucker, you want to shout anybody out? Anybody before we get the heck out of here, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I'd just like to thank everybody that was able to make this tournament possible, our sponsors. And I'd like to thank you, Pat, and the team at Straycast for helping us get on the show. And it's been a heck of a show, and I'm happy to be here. So thank you.
Dude, thank you. And you guys are seriously true professionals for your age. You both did really great tonight. And, oh, hey, Ginger, are we doing the Berkeley thing now? Is that what we're doing? Before, yeah, let's have these. Can you text one of these guys the winner? Let's do that. And we're going to give away 4 Berkeley Stunners, compliments of Berkeley Fishing, and Brad Rutherford and Hank Cherry. Actually, I think Brad Rutherford stole these from Hank Cherry. Is kind of how that went. So now, who did you text it to, Ginge? Okay, so Logan, you're going to do the big winner tonight of the 4 Stunners. So you got the text, bud. What do you want? You want like medieval music or something, dude? You want you want like some medieval hear he announcement music?
Yeah, give me some knights and shining armor music.
We're gonna give you damsels in distress. There you go.
This week's winner is Jerry Wilkinson.
Jerry Wilkinson, you won 4 Berkeley Stunners Bassmaster Classic winning lure. Compliments
That's money, dude.
That's money, dude. Compliments of Berkeley Fishing and these kids right here, actually, and Auburn. Let's just say compliments of Auburn Fishing Team. How's that, guys? Right there. What do you think about those yapkas? That means apples. Yapkas is word for apples. Hey, Bass Galaxy, these are the $1 million babies. Tucker Smith, and Logan Parks. One more time, give it up. Yeah, that's how you do it, guys. Thanks very much. Peace.
Thank you.
I look forward
Thanks,
to having
Pat.
you guys on again, man. Stick around. We got the Minnesota Mafia coming on. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Thanks
Pat.
for having us on.
All right, there it is. Don't forget to text Matt for your hats. Remember?
All right, we will.
All right. Hey, put the power poles down. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with a whole bunch of Minnesotians. Yeah. Step up your game. It has been said that professionals are only as good as the tools they work with, and Alpha Angler has developed the ultimate set of tools for you, the competitive angler. Alpha Angler custom rods, brought to fruition by the passion of master craftsman Jake Boomer and 2017 BASS Angler of the Year Brandon Palaniuk. Alpha Angler rods are custom made in the USA. Designed and engineered to be perfect, Alpha Angler utilizes a very unconventional approach to making the very best bass rods, from drop shotting to flipping. Alpha Angler's focus is on building perfectly balanced tournament-grade bass rods at an affordable price. Join the Alphalution today and purchase direct at alphaangler.com. Step up your game. alphaangler.com.
Throw farther, get some Kevin Van Dam's line and lure. You can launch it a mile. Still going. Well, better stick to fishing.
Well, I got to the bottom. I went back to the top of the slide and went around. Now it's time to see you guys again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the glorified version of a Bass and Talk Show. I'm your host, Pat Renwick, and we are proud right now to bring you, assembled for the first time ever on this Maniacy. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Minnesota Mafia. Yeah, that's Austin Felix. What's up, bud? Bob Downey. Oh, Joshy Douglas over there, yay. Brad Leuthner. You got Hellabass. Rich Lindgren. I massacred your name. These are Minnesota names are tough. I just got my co-host for the evening's name right. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Pete Przeporia as well from Omnia Fishing.
Hey, everybody.
Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. Did I change? Okay. This is absolute madness already. How you doing, guys? Welcome to Straycast.
Good.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I like how you're grinning over there, Bob Downey. I see you over there.
I'm happy to be here.
I see you. I loved all your movies, by the way. You were amazing in all the Iron Mans.
Thanks. I know. It's a tough job. Someone's got to do it, though.
Ginge, how we doing on our thing over there? Say it again.
Bob's earphones are squealing.
As far as our special guest. Wait, we got to get rid of that. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. We're getting the audio glitches out, and we're going to get it right. Oh, it's Bob's headphones. What do you need?
You want me to take them off?
Yeah, pop your headphones off.
Go
Bob.
ahead
See
and
if
pop
that
them
works.
out there, Bob, and we'll go back all raw, all natural, you know?
Unplug them.
Yeah, Austin knows.
Yeah, sounds way better.
Yeah. Oh, that's 100% better. Ginge, I'm waiting for you to cue the music. Help a guy out. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Pedro.
Holy shnikes.
Double glasses.
What is going on here?
Double glasses, yes.
Yikes.
Got quadfocals.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the godfather of the Minnesota Mafia himself. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Pedro Feider. Yes. Yes. Hello, Pedro. Welcome back to the show.
I guess so. I have nothing on my screen but a Straycast logo.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, can you hear me? Oh, there you are,
There
Pedro.
you go.
Hey, you look good, man. You said you're a little under the weather, but you look damn good.
Well, the thing that happened was I got a flu shot on Monday. You kicked my ass on Tuesday. My hair hurts right now, so I can't wear a hat.
Oh,
nice.
So that's why I'm looking the way I do.
Well, it sounds like the problems of the Godfather of the Mafia would have. But
yeah, at first I thought the wife was trying to poison me, but
well, there's obviously something in this Minnesota water, Pedro, because you spawned the entity known as Seth Bartholomew Giuseppe Feider, who won the AOY this year. And look at these guys here, the 5 anglers assembled, man. I mean, you're no stranger to these cats, Pedro.
No, I am not.
Yeah, I mean, you seen Austin around. You
Yeah.
I know you seen Joshy around.
Oh, yeah.
Shoulder,
Josh,
Rich. Of course, Pete.
Josh,
Hey, Pete still owes you a Daiwa hat or something, I think. I'm not.
No, I can't take any things from anybody anymore because Seth thinks I'm using my reputation and his to get free things.
Well, well, you're a star on your own right now, Instagram star, at Pedro Feider Official. I think everybody listening tonight, if they don't already, is going to follow you. And I know all these gentlemen are avid followers of the Pedro Feider account. And you get into shenanigans. We see it on your Insta.
Okay, well, I'm going to start off with.
Okay.
Now, I'm wearing the double glasses because I had to write down my thoughts because I'm kind of like Brandon and my memory's going.
Okay.
Just got it.
I got it.
So I'd like to introduce myself to everybody out there. Pedro Feider here.
Hi, Pedro.
Yeah, and I'm here to, let's see. Other than spawning the Angler of the Year, it's been a quiet life.
Okay, gotcha.
Other than my Pedro's famous magic pocket rocks.
Yes, world famous.
Lucky pocket rocks.
World famous.
Yep, and Josh has to take me out agate picking with him one of these days.
Okay.
Hear
that, Joshy?
Oh yeah, he's the one that at Seth's wedding. Actually, we sat on his back deck, and he got me into agates pretty hard on that day. And now I live at the mecca of agates up here. So, if I ain't hunting for rocks out on Mille Lacs, I'm on the roads or by the lakes looking for agates, looking for a different kind of rock for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I pretty much everywhere I go when we travel the world or the country, I bring back a rock from everywhere I've been. Smuggle it in my shoes on the airplane and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Be careful when you go to Colombia.
I just want to say one thing real quick about Pedro is as secretive as his son, so I know where his son gets it from, because whenever I try to figure out, as soon as I start asking him questions about where I can find bigger agates and stuff like that, our communication just goes cold, immediately cold. So I definitely see where Seth gets it from for sure.
That's outstanding. Hey, Pedro.
Well, if you want to fill up that 5-gallon bucket, you got to start getting bigger rocks.
Yeah, I understand.
He ain't letting up. He ain't letting up, Josh.
No.
Hey, Pedro, you got any words of wisdom? I mean, you've seen a lot of things in your life, and you ain't seen a lot of other things, but you know a lot of things, Pedro. So, you got anything any wisdom for these gentlemen here?
Yeah, I kind of like to give some rules of the family, Minnesota.
Okay.
And not necessarily in order.
Gotcha. Okay, understood.
Okay, here we go. Listen up.
Listen, boys. You listening?
Yeah.
I'm listening.
All right, Ginge, you got something to accompany Mr. Feider with these Pedro. Sorry, you get mad when I call you that. Pedro.
You can call me anything.
Well, you're the godfather now.
Okay.
So here we go. This is some ominous laws of the Minnesota Mafia.
Gospel according to Pete.
Yes, that's correct. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pedro.
Okay. Never rat on your friends, and always keep your mouth shut.
Like it. I like it.
Always pay tribute to the bass.
I like it.
The bass is what you make your living on.
Yes, sir.
Rock the boat, but stay proper while rocking.
Okay, Pedro.
And when you run with the crowd, make sure you run with the right crowd.
Yeah, bud. Yeah.
Good stuff. Dig it.
Yeah. That's good.
Those are my words for the Minnesota militia. Mafia.
Yeah, wow, good stuff, Pedro. Holy shnikes. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't mean to say the militia. It's just my brain quit for a second. I confused the two words.
These guys get malicious with bassing sometimes, no doubt about it, man. Hey, Pedro, thanks so much for stopping by, and you're a big part of the Bass Galaxy, and thank you for the words of advice to this Minnesota crew right here. The guys, give it up for the Godfather, Pedro Feider.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Peace, Pedro. See you soon, bud.
Peace.
Have a
Good
great
seeing
show.
you, Pedro.
Yep. See you, bye.
That's
bud.
Pedro
See
Feider.
you, Pete.
Yeah. Hey, Pete, that was pretty nuts, huh?
It was.
Yeah,
Pedro always brings the thunder.
Yeah, he does, and those are good laws. Austin, you got to admit, those are some pretty solid words to live by.
It's the gospel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you. Hey, let's get to business, okay? We got a bunch of, as they say these days, bangers assembled, and Pete, hey, let's go all wide world of sports. Let's go all news sports. Pete, why don't you give us a brief synopsis of our guest tonight? All right.
Oh, all right.
There you go, Pete.
I've had the pleasure of getting to know pretty much exactly everybody on this panel here tonight, this prestigious panel of Minnesota anglers. I guess what stands out to me the most about them all is they've all kind of taken their own paths through the bass fishing world to get where they're going. And
absolutely.
This group of guys, I would consider, and I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart too, I'd consider these the most kind of the upper echelon of what we have up here in the upper Midwest, which, to be honest, throughout the years has not been as prestigious as other states around us, right? Minnesota's always struggled to really get a ton of big-time anglers up there until you had your Jim Moyna really kick the door down for us. Obviously, we got my guy, Al Linder, that did some incredible things in the early days. But as far as getting out there in the national tournament bass scene, this was never a hotbed, and you're seeing a bunch of guys now all of a sudden start to make the name for our state out there. And I'll start with my good friend Josh Douglas, just because me and Josh, me and my buddy Josh, we've been friends for a long time, so I'll try not to get sappy on this one because he's somebody I've known for a long time. I've got to share a boat with a bunch, and I know his wife and his family. I've got to hang out with him a lot, eaten a lot of meals with him, and traveled around the country with him even. So spent a lot of time in other parts of the country together. Josh is an anomaly when it comes to the bass fishing industry, and I say this from the seat that I sit in. I work in the industry, and I'm not a professional angler. And Josh was one of those guys you see that was able to really combine learning how to be part of the bass fishing industry while trying to be a professional bass angler.
Nice perception. Yeah.
Most anglers usually take that super fast jump into being a tournament angler, or they just want a bunch of sponsors. Josh is the gold standard when you look at guys and you try and tell them, be like Josh Douglas if you want to have a company want to work with you, because Josh really dialed that in. And Josh didn't stick around in Minnesota and take all my money like these other guys on here. He just straight up said, I'm going to learn how to bass fish fishing against the best guys in the country all over the place. I'm going to get my feet wet just fishing national trails and learning it all over the place. Meanwhile, he was just sharpening his knives on the business side of the game as well. And look at where he's at now. One of my good friends, I have another friend that I can say is on the Bassmaster Elite Series, and he did it by being a standout on the FLW tour, and then the Toyota circuit, obviously, and then he went to obviously he was a staple on the Opens for a long time. Sure. So you got Josh Douglas, who's just an Elite Series rookie this year. My buddy Josh Douglas.
There it is. There's one out of 5.
Yeah, we'll get into more. I'll try and speed him up because I could go on for a while.
This is like my world of sports.
Now I'm going to go down, at least the way I'm looking at it on my screen. But right below Josh, I got Brad Leuthner, who I actually spent the night with last night. He was hanging out at Omnia.
At the Omnias,
on podcast that we had.
With the monocoque.
Yeah, Brad is a little different than Josh. Brad decided to stick around Minnesota and raise a family and not go chase his dreams early in his life. He kind of established his career, worked around home, did all that, and just decided to beat on me for years and years and all of us Minnesotans, and take a lot of money around here and win a lot of tournaments and really sharpen his knives on the local level. And last year he decided to take the leap into the Opens, almost qualified in his really considerably his first go around that he was serious about trying to make the elites through the Northern Opens. And now next year, you're going to have them fishing 2 divisions, the Southerns and the Northerns, and hopefully leaving us alone here in Minnesota on the local tournament trails. Next to him, on my screen anyway, we have the ever famous Mr. Austin Felix, the sleepy assassin.
Look at him. He looks a little sleepy.
Really needs no introduction to Minnesota. Austin, to me, what sticks out with Austin is Austin was a guy that's done it all. And what I mean by that is he's been a consistent angler at every step of the game, everywhere he's gone. Locally, he took our money a lot, and I fished the same circuit as Austin for a long time. Austin's dad's one of the coolest people you'll ever meet in your life, Dennis, and you got to hang around afterwards and drink beers with them after they would always cash a check all the time.
He's a check casher. There's no doubt about it. Felix
the dude's just got ice water in his veins. He just cashes checks. And then he goes to the college series and he just wins the national championship. And he goes into fishes FLW and just gets ice cold there. Just goes right into Forest Wood Cups and has high end finishes and just kicks butt over there. Gets into the elites, to the Opens, and he has a Rookie of the Year season, almost wins an Angler of the Year, which honestly, and I know this sounds kind of like Monday morning quarterbackish, but to a lot of us that fished against Austin for a long time, that's not a super big surprise. He's an AOY kind of angler. Austin doesn't get doesn't overthink, doesn't get spun out, doesn't get freaked out by anything you throw at him. He's going to show up. I can only compare it to fishing against him locally here. And Minnetonka is a really highly pressured fishery. The dude just, no matter how the lake was fishing, how weird it got on all of us, how much pressure it got, or how crappy he was fishing, whatever, Austin, have a bag.
Dude,
and,
Pete, and get this about Austin. Out of BASS derbs, 34 derbs is what BASS has him documented as. He's cashed checks in 27 of them, Austin. Do you know that about you or what?
Honestly, I bet you there's a couple stories on why he didn't on a couple of those.
So that's a derber. That's a derber, Pete. No doubt. You're right. You're right.
Austin's got ice water in his veins. He always has.
I like
it. Next to Austin is none other than Bob Downey.
Bob Downey.
Like I said,
Smiling Bob.
Sorry, I don't know what you guys got going on there, but I didn't know a lot about Bob. Bob flew under the radar here as far as the local tournament scene. I didn't know a lot about him myself. It was funny. I was leaving to work today, and the guy in the shop, one of my guys, our digital merchandiser, Joe Panessa, said to me, Bob Downey beat me in my first tournament I ever fished. And I said, what? And he said, yeah, it was a junior Bass Nation Federation tournament. It was a team tournament on Coon Lake, and Bob Downey won the tournament. And the more I've got to know Bob over the last couple of years, the more I get why everybody that's met Bob says Bob is one of the nicest, coolest, humblest guys in the world. And they also got something else to say in common. The dude's flat out caught him at every level he's fished. He took 100%. That Federation kind of route, younger, got into the opens, made his way in, got in there, just quietly, unassumingly. Bob just comes and takes your money. I will say this: everybody on this panel's got to know Seth a little bit, some way, form, or fashion. We all know one of Seth Feider's talents is he's brutally honest about everything. He tells you what he thinks all the time. And I remember last year asking Seth, it was the end of this season, I shouldn't say last year. I said, we're looking at a whole bunch of the guys, and we were going over a whole bunch of the younger anglers that were on the newer anglers, I should say, at the Bassmaster Elite level. And Seth said, Bob Downey is 100% going to make it.
Yeah.
Like down this trail.
Same thing to
and
me.
I was like, why you say that? And he says, dude fishes finds his own fish, leaves everybody alone, never messes with anybody, puts his head down, just flat out catches them, and he ain't getting it from anybody else. That dude's like proper as hell.
Yeah.
So that's Bob Downey.
Nice, Bob.
And then last but not least, we got Rich Lindgren.
The Hellabass.
Yeah. So different story than the rest that I was saying, a little bit similar to Bob, however, where Rich didn't sit around here and jackpot me and take all my money. Rich has literally been a staple in Minnesota as a dominant Federation angler. And he has used the Bass Nation's processes to work your way up to that national level, to the fact that Rich every year I've been around paying attention to this is always that guy that gets to fish national level tournaments without blowing tens of thousands of dollars.
I see him on Bass. Yeah, absolutely. At the Fed.
Rich has done it in a very smart way, a very hard way to do it, because you just flat out got to catch them. And there's no getting your pocketbook padded along the way. You just flat out got to catch them. But Rich is known along all the tournament circuits around, or tournament circles around here. Every bass angler around here knows Rich as being a very much like Austin, very consistent angler, very much always at the top, ice water in his veins kind of guy. He's just going to catch him. And he's made a name for himself. And even just this year, recently, he just almost got himself out there on the elites and classic bursts and all that stuff again, doing it his way.
Man, and ladies and gentlemen, that is the Minnesota Mafia. Wow, good job, Pete. I mean, we got to know the boys a little bit here. Pete. Yeah, nice synopsis, bud. so let's roll in it here now, Bob.
Yeah.
So, hey, Downey, I got to ask you this. Like, do you know everybody? You've ran into all these cats, right, Bob? I mean, have you or what?
I think I haven't really talked to Brad much over the years. He probably doesn't remember, but I've first kind of ran into him back when they had I forget what was the big tour in Minnesota, like Silverados. Yeah, I was fished as a co in that, and I remember one morning we were on Green Lake, and this was before I ever knew about a hair jig, and like the guy I was with was like saying he could see these cruising smallies in practice, and he didn't know how to catch them, and Brad tossed about 5 hair jigs in his boat, and that was the first time I ever saw a hair jig. I was like, "Oh, who's that guy?" And
it was Sneaky Brad.
Yeah, before everybody else was doing that. And I fished against Josh a little bit, but I haven't had a chance to talk to him much. But Austin and Rich and Pete, I've got to know a little bit over the years.
Yeah, and you're gonna see a lot of Josh.
It's awesome
this year, man.
Right on, dude.
And you're a check casher too, Bob. Let's not. I mean, you had a rough year. Look, kind of a rougher year, But
yeah, it's real up and down for sure. I mean, I had good events, but I had 3 really bad ones that just killed me this year.
But overall, in your BASS Derbs, you're a casher. You are. If you look at it historically, I think it was like out of 28, you cashed 20 checks. Maybe they were only $20, but you cashed a check.
Yeah, I think my stats have been a little fluffed with the way they've done the payout the last couple of years.
Fluffed them up,
It's everybody.
Yeah, I've seen you on live though, Bob. You've been doing your fair share of catching.
Heck yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a learning experience for sure, but I'm excited to get going again this 3rd year. I finally feel like I got a little bit of confidence and just more comfortable out there every year I've done it. I'd hopped into the opens and really hadn't fished national larger tournaments like that ever. And so it's a process, and you kind of just got to trust that process and keep at it.
Nice. Well, I mean, you're. It seems as you're doing it. What I observe, I met you at that deal. We were close to your house. Me and Seth were over doing the deal for Tin Cup, right? And
up here. Yeah, I recently moved to Detroit Lakes this summer, so I'm back in Minnesota now.
Yeah, and you just, you're getting to know the area. I noticed that about you. I've been watching you on the Insta, catching them.
Yeah, it's a good area. We won't talk much more about it.
Well, I'm glad I finally get to get you on the straight cast here.
I'd appreciate if you'd be quiet about it too, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
Cool, dude.
I bet.
To be part of, for sure.
Hey, since moving from Wisconsin, have you noticed your forehead getting smaller? Is it?
No. Hey, Wisconsin and Minnesota are close.
Yeah, but we got a bust on them.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Austin, you too, bud. I'm happy to have you on the show finally. I know we were trying to get you on with the Rookie of the Year thing, and then something weird with schedules, or you had a back-to-back derb or whatever. I don't know, but finally it's here, and I'm glad you're here. But I think that out of all these guys here, from what I observe as a bass fishing fan, that you might think about things more than some of these other guys. Be it a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. I might be wrong, but I want to ask you what you think about this, Austin. Like, why have all this Minnesota stuff? Like, why all of a sudden? Like, it's like, boom, you're hearing, of course, Seth won the AOY, but it's not only that. It started before that. There's you. There's Bob. There's Joshy. Like, what happened? It's a boom. It's like Minnesota is the new Alabama.
It's a few different reasons. The simplest one being the fact that we have to deal with all 4 seasons in a period of 6 to 8 months, and we have so many different lakes and such a diverse fishery. There isn't much that we don't see or we don't have the ability to go check out or learn how to fish, whether it's current, dirty water, grass, rock, smallmouth, largemouth. With the exception of maybe spotted bass and tidal fisheries, we can essentially taste everything.
Okay.
the other thing is it's just like competition breeds talent, and it's just all these guys going up against each other day after day, year after year. It sharpens everybody's tool to allow us to just continue to compete at higher levels. I think there's been a lot of talent around Minnesota. A lot of the guys just decided to stay around Minnesota, and we know Jim Moyna really was the first guy to kind of adventure out into the national trail. But I got to say, a lot of it had to do with Seth starting to fish the opens. I don't remember when that was, 2013, 2014 or whatever.
Yeah, 14,
but,
right.
But him just going out there and kind of his successes kind of lit a fire under a lot of us, or made us all realize that, hey, this isn't impossible.
It can be done. Yeah.
We can leave Minnesota and still be successful. And he kind of was sort of a trailblazer in that way, that the rest of us then kind of jumped on the trail. And
because why not?
Yeah, the more and more of us are obviously being successful. It's not just this group either. There's a handful of other guys that are doing it on the Pro Tour, that are doing it on the Opens, that are doing it and Toyota events. Just there's a lot of guys that are incredibly talented here in Minnesota.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I mean, and let's kind of look at the different, as Pete kind of broke down at the beginning, but maybe different tiers or progressions of one's bass fishing career. Obviously, you, Austin, Bob, and now Josh, Elite Series anglers. And then you got Brad and Rich that, and correct me if I'm wrong, aspiring Elite Series anglers. I mean, I know it's got to be a dream of both of your guys. It seems that way from a bass fishing fan's point of view, that you aspire to be professional anglers. And it's got to really hit home to a guy like you, Rich, right? To see Seth, to see Austin, to see Bob, and now Josh. That's like Star Wars A New Hope, right? Ain't it, Rich?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think seeing people from your area succeed, it helps break down those mental barriers, and you can see that you can make that jump. You know, when I first started going down south as a kid with my dad, it was a big adjustment, right? You go down to fish reservoirs and standing timber, and you know, we don't have a ton of shad unless you go to the river, right? So there's certain things that you learn going down south, but bass is still a bass. And once you start to see other guys have success, that really helps you, I think, mentally, you know, get over those blocks a lot quicker. And, you know, the age of the information we're in, right? Like, we can learn a lot of those things a lot faster than we could, you know, 30 years ago, when we had to wait, you know, 3 months for the TNT Bassmaster or the exactly. The Bassmaster magazine to come out. And that, you know, what happened on Ross Burnett was like 8 weeks ago by the time you read it.
Yeah.
In a Bass
You're trying
magazine.
it next year. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that with the technology and all the advancements, and, you know, like what Austin said, all the stuff we can do, now we can kind of like cycle it and put that stuff to use and apply it home, and then take it down south and go back and forth. And I think that really makes it a lot shorter learning curve for guys in the north.
I like that answer. And it kind of explains to me, like, you know, I'd watch Josh on the FLW tour, and I'd be like, man, this guy's doing good in Maryland. Wow, he's doing good over, he's over on Pickwick. And that's like, it's a kind of, you're always doing well at different bodies of water that are variants, but I always thought of Minnesota as just like weed. You know, just weeds, and that was and that was it. And here it's more than that. I mean, you can go crank lay downs. You know what I mean? You can go outside and fish rock piles, as Brad Leuthner knows.
Brad Leuthner's never fished a rock pile.
He's never fished a rock pile with an outcast chicken before. Never. He's never done. But it explains a few things. Well put. I'm glad that you guys are opening this up. And Josh, dude, it's cool to have you on the Stray Cast show for the first time, bud. And congratulations on your newfound home at the Bassmaster Elite Series. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hell
You
yeah.
earned,
time.
you
Yeah.
earned that one, bud. You earned that one.
Yeah, Austin is gonna is gonna haze the hell out of you. Him and Bob. Yeah, you're in for hell, dude. You're in for hell,
sure.
Joshy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Remember
Yeah,
when
no-
Pedro said, "Careful of the company you keep"? Yeah.
Yeah.
But congratulations, it's a dream come true, Josh.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is. It's one of those things that it's been a heck of a good run. It was always the goal to get there. But I just knew that time on the water was gonna help in the end. And yeah, man, it's just like Austin said. I think Austin was the first one to text me. I didn't even know how I did the math so dang fast, but he just said, "Welcome to the party." I didn't even want to even look at it.
I knew he was a thinker. I could tell Austin was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's a wizard. He's a wizard like that. And I figured he was pretty gold if he had figured it out. So yeah, man, it's a dream come true. Now I just got to go out there and make the most of it for sure.
So you better tighten up now, Josh.
Oh yeah. I'm ready. I haven't been like. I fish a lot. I fish a lot more than most people with guiding and fishing and all that. And I'm just not the most natural best. So I got to stay on the water every single day and just think like a bass or hunt them up like a fox would, so but right now, like usually by the end of the year, I'd be ready to hunt hard and take a little bit of a break. But once you qualify for the elites, man, you just want to get back in the boat, get back to fishing right now.
You got to be excited.
It's kind of already been a long off season for me, man. I'm chomping at the bit.
Oh yeah, you got to be excited as can be. And on to you, Brad Leuthner. You're a legend. You're a freaking legend in Minnesota. Hey, Pete, go ahead and argue with me, Pistolero. The guy's a freaking legend.
100%. Dude, I literally was the thrill of my life was getting to fish one day with Al Linder. This is years ago, and I jumped in the boat with him, and he literally asked me if I knew who Brad Leuthner was. I was like, "What? How do you know who Brad Leuthner is?" And apparently Brad helped him out with finding some film and stuff back in the day or something like that. I had no freaking clue that Brad knew them, and I've known Brad a long time. Wow. So yes, Brad is a legend.
When Uncle Al brings up Brad, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, and another well-known angler said, "Yeah, that's the guy that showed me the chicken in the craw tube."
That's true. That's credits Brad with a lot of.
I didn't say names. I didn't say. You said names.
Oh, I'll throw it right the hell out there. Seth.
No one throws a craw tube. Austin never flips one.
No, never.
Hey, so Brad, why is a craw tube good? Why is it so good in grass?
I think it's the design, and it kind of doesn't have a lot of action to it. A lot of times they don't like a lot of action and the scent on it, I think. I don't know. It just works really good.
It sure does. It sure does. And are you the dude that helped Connor over at Outcast with the chicken? Is that your creation?
That's his bait.
Yes, absolutely. We worked tirelessly on designing the head, and I love developing new stuff, new ways of catching fish. That's kind of my what keeps me going in fishing. I like to figure out ways no one else is throwing that on the lake, and kind of gives me an advantage. But a lot of things don't work, but the chicken worked out real well.
Yeah, it really does. I was even able to catch them, and I'm the most impatient person with new stuff. And it was good, dude. That bluegill one. And I like how they just load it up, dude. I almost killed Matt Robertson with one of your chickens.
Oh, yeah.
I have a picture on my phone of that. Seth sent it to me like a bloody scalp. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. I smacked him in the back of the head, sent him to his knees, and there was blood all over Seth's boat. It was amazing. And then little Brad from Omni was puking everywhere. It was awesome. But that was my first experience with the chicken. Good job. Hey, but you're a derb demon, Brad. Let's get it straight. You've taken a lot of money around there, and Pete said it, and this is very important and very admirable, and I need everybody in the Bass Galaxy to be aware of this. You took a different path. You went the family path. And you kind of...
Yeah, it was at the time I had some young kids, and I actually fished a couple opens like 20 years ago. Like, I don't even know if they call them that. And I think I only fished 2. I cashed a check on one, and the other one I didn't catch a bass. So I kind of came home and worked and made sure. I just didn't want to break the household to chase a dream, I guess. And now I'm at the point where ready to go chase a dream.
Yeah, and I like it, and you're doing really good. You and Rich both, the two aspirers. And Rich, you're doing good too other ways, man. I see a future in the industry for you. You got your bass fishing show as well on the YouTube and all the hella bass stuff you're doing. You got passion, don't you, Rich?
Bass type jigs too. It's got a cool
yes, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Like similar path to Brad. I mean, way back in the day, like a lot of us were fishing the weekend series when Seth was like still a kid, in the weekend. Josh was too. Like we all fished against each other when Bassmaster Weekend Series was a thing in Minnesota. But then, I started having kids and got married and that's why the Bass Nation was great for me, because like it still allowed me to take my shots, right? Like I still had opportunities to fish regionals and nationals and make a classic. And I really thought, Josh, I was going to get a classic right before you. I was like, you got the elites, but I was like, this year I'm going to do it. I thought for sure.
That's how you looked at
it. Because like Josh and we were in the same bass club, I don't know, 12 years ago or something like that. Like
go for Bassmasters, baby.
Yeah. So it all goes way back. But yeah, the Bass Nation was a route for me. And just in the last few years, I just got more serious about doing the YouTube content and just another way to get involved. And, I don't have the time to go fish the opens and stuff right now. Maybe in a few years when my kids are older, maybe I'll be doing what Brad's doing. But in the meantime, doing the YouTube content, doing the streams, all that kind of stuff gives me an outlet to, progress myself and gain more exposure. So that's really why I got that going, because it allows me to, honestly build a business around fishing without fishing as many tournaments as some of these other guys do.
Yeah, no, and it keeps you in it. It keeps you in the game and fresh and constantly thinking about fishing. I mean, and that's important. That's important to stay in the game, ain't it? I mean, sit in the couch in the winter, Rich. Austin's gonna kick your ass.
Austin's got bigger fish to fry than me now.
Okay, so have I know it seems like maybe not Bob was in the mix in a lot of these local derbs, some of them, but have you guys have you ever been in derbs where you were all in them at the same time?
I don't think so.
No,
not everybody.
No, not everybody.
NABC maybe. I don't know how many of you guys fished that.
I mean, Josh, Austin, and I were for sure in some NABCs all at the same time.
I don't think so.
Brad
all I know is that as all of them kind of started moving on and doing different stuff and all that, I thought like, here's my time to shine, and I got worse.
Yeah. Brad used to beat everybody out of like a 16-foot
lawn tiller.
I remember that. Yeah.
It's a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit on Minnetonka, and his boat couldn't even go the speed limit.
Doesn't matter about the boat.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes. Hey, Austin, you were talking about these guys had, like you guys all have basically similar strengths, right? I mean, with the variety of lakes, I mean, it kind of gives you some similarities. Now, let me go back a minute and ask you this, Austin. Like, are you a sports guy at all? Are you a sports dude or
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Watch the Vikings, watch the Twins.
Oh, there you go. And you of course like you've heard of game day tapes and stuff like that.
Like to review?
Yeah,
sure.
Game day reviews. You like, of course, I'm sure you learned some things, maybe watching some Bassmaster highlights of yourself, or what my question to you is highlights of other anglers and observations of these other Minnesota anglers. You have similar strengths, Austin, but do you guys have similar weaknesses? Do you think too? Do you see the guys messing up the same way?
It can happen. Like the thing about it is versatility seems to be the strength of Minnesota anglers, just because we get to see so much. But The two things that I see, maybe I would say maybe three things. Tidal fisheries can totally throw guys for a loop. It's something you really gotta wrap your head around. Once you get it, it's just like anything else, but it can be very difficult to like figure out how that works. And
that's a good
changes.
call.
Yeah.
Florida fishing can spin out anybody. It's just weird down there. You can do well and then you can do terribly, and it's just, I don't understand. It should be really easy for us because we all fish so much grass, but Florida fish are just a different breed. And then some people, Josh Douglas, have trouble with spotted bass occasionally. Which is kind of weird because you fish.
That's true. It's so true.
Like, I feel like I excel at spotted bass just because they are so similar to smallmouth, and I feel like he should be excelling also, but for whatever reason, he's had a few speed bumps when it comes to that.
Josh, what is up with that?
You did qualify for the elites on a spotted bass fishery.
He did, yes. Yeah.
I did. I've never cast a check in my career on strictly a spotted bass venue. I did miss one by 2 places at Lake Lanier, but Lake Lanier is just a badass lake. That place is good. If you can fish, you can catch them. But honestly, I don't know. I think the spotted bass, it's costed me a lot. It's costed me an elite berth before. It's costed me having to work my butt off to get to the cup, and dig a way out of a hole. I actually love to fish for spotted bass. I feel like I'm fairly good at them when I just look for them, but they're not like. I just think that my mind wanted to wrap around that's a smallmouth bass, and it's just not. They're way more pelagic than that, and they want to move. But I will tell you,
pelagic. I like how you got scientific.
Yeah, well, they'll just move on you. They'll relate to something, but they won't relate. They'll relate.
You know what Brandon Palaniuk calls pelagic?
What?
He calls it hide and go F yourself. That's
exactly. I will say, I think I'm figuring them out a lot better now that I've had an active target. And a big thing about it is because we don't have spotted bass in Minnesota. So I've never really got to tackle them much unless I showed up for a venue, which I've been doing for 10 years. So I should be getting a lot better at them. However, the active target itself, or any of that forward-facing sonar, you now can kind of learn what a fish does and how they act and how they react to baits. So I think I'm starting to figure them out a little bit better because I can see what they're doing now, and I can also see why they didn't like what I was doing. So I think that's one of the biggest things that are out there. But I'll cure that. But I will say I didn't shed many tears when I looked at the elite schedule and didn't see many spotted bass. If you're fishing for
Beaver Lake is not on there.
Yeah, if you're fishing for spotted bass on the elites this year, you're probably fishing for the wrong species.
So. And dude, speaking of watching the sonar, you're pretty good with the electronics.
I'm happy. Well, I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like taking a big fishery and making it real small. I think that's my Lake Minnetonka roots, my Lake Mille Lacs roots. You take big fisheries and you make them fish small, and they'll sit on specific stuff on specific times if you know when to be there. So I like that. I gotta admit, this year was like up and down for me. I love Florida, being that I live up in northern. I'm more northern than the rest of these guys right now. So I can't wait to get out of here in January, stuff like that. And I spent way too much time in Florida this year when I needed to be getting good with forwards facing sonar because everybody was getting so good at it. So now I feel like I'm an assassin with it. I'm getting pretty good, and at the same time I can understand stuff. But yeah, I like the electronics more so. I think I like explaining to people what they're seeing and teach them how to use it because I have endless amount of dollars and man hours behind my electronics just to learn. So it's pretty cool to watch.
You're smart. You're definitely smart with it. There's no
Thank
doubt.
You.
Yeah. You're a lot smarter than Patty Walters, isn't he, Pete?
Yeah, right. Come on.
We'll never know. Patrick Walters will never tell you anything. Exactly.
That's true.
Hey, Bob, are you scared of the spots? Are you scared of spotted bass?
I haven't fished for them much. I mean, when I qualified for the elites, we had a tournament on Smith, and I caught all spots in that one and cashed a check. But honestly, I haven't fished any other spotted bass fisheries besides that. We had a few when I went to school down in Iowa. I went to the University of Iowa, and there was a reservoir nearby that had spots, and I fished for them a little bit there. But I don't know. I think I might just got lucky and had a good event on Smith because honestly, I've never fished for them before.
You know the spots that I want to fish for those river spots. What's that river? That's got what's
the Coosa River?
Coosas, yeah. Remember that derb way back in the it was I don't know, it was before the elites definitely, and Jay Ellis was running way up flipping tubes.
That was a classic.
Was it the class?
Yeah.
And I mean, boat flipping fours on tubes and stuff. I'm like, yikes! They weren't. Those are fierce. I know Aaron used to catch those crazy coosas all the time, flipping and shit. I couldn't imagine any of that stuff, man. Yikes! Freaking nuts. Hey, I mean, 3 elites and 2 aspirers and a tackle mogul named Pete Przeporia. That's our that's our panel right there. I mean, tonight is an interesting night. Rich, what do you think of this whole Minnesota Mafia thing? What do you think about it? Bunch of bullshit or what?
I don't know. It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
I mean, there's definitely something to it. You know, I mean, Brad, you're pondering up there. I mean, it's I see you thinking about something. What are you thinking about, Leuthner?
I'm just happy to be a part of it. That was a good one. Us Dad's in charge of us all. What can go wrong?
He had some pretty solid advice. I mean, he really did. You know. Hey, I want to talk to you guys about the parallels between angling and personalities. Okay, and let's go back to Austin, and I'm gonna put Brad, Josh, and Austin in this bunch. And I gotta ask you, if you could just basically, and these are psychological development exercises right now. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So I'll start with Josh since he's the newest elite, and Josh, I need you to very briefly describe yourself to me as a person and as an angler, just real quickly. Just I Josh am XXYYBB blank fill in.
Yeah. Honestly, I Josh am always an aspiring angler. I'm very, very determined to believe that once you stop aspiring, you're going to stop growing. So I'm always aspiring to be a better angler. I'd definitely like to teach the sport of fishing as much as I like my own success, holding up trophies and collecting checks and stuff like that. Watching people catch 4 or 5 pound smallies with me guiding is literally as rewarding as if I go out there and do it myself. But then again, you know, I've looked up to guys like Lindgren my entire life. That was the main deal. I needed the tournaments and all that, so people would listen to me along the way. And so you know, I aspired to do my own thing, but in the end, I'm you know, I hope I leave some knowledge on a generation of anglers behind me for sure.
Nice. That wasn't short, was it, Austin? But he did really good.
Was it supposed to be short?
Yeah, that's okay.
Mine won't be that good.
Right, go ahead. Go ahead. Do yours even sleepier.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, me as an angler, I think it's really awkward to get compliments for me. And like what Pete said earlier, I felt with the ice water in your veins kinda is what it's all about. But
it's true.
When I'm tournament fishing, I just really don't sweat the small stuff. And if something goes wrong, whether it's a breakdown, I'm really good at just, okay, what do we have to do to solve this?
Nice.
Like there's no time to just pout and freak out or anything. And like, that's probably how I got the nickname, because I catch a fish and you put it in the boat and get back on task, just kind of going through the motions, but there's always something to do. And I'm always thinking about the next cast, the next location, the next, what I want to do, if something works, if something doesn't work. But
is that the same thing in life for you? Are you always thinking about the next step in life too, or just fishing?
No, not really in life, but I am the same as far as just not letting stuff get to me when it comes.
Is it almost giving 0 Fs, Austin? Is it almost?
Yeah, I mean, I still care about what's going on, but I'm just not going to let something negatively affect me. If something goes wrong, then the next step is to figure out how to fix it and figure out how to get back on track.
I like it. You're a problem solver, so you're not going to let shit bother you. Brad, how about you? How about you, bud? I mean, you've been thinking about this. I saw you over there. I'm watching you.
It's hard to talk about yourself, really.
Well, that's an exercise in fertility right now. Is that a word? In fertility. This is an exercise in fertility right now, Brad.
So as an angler, I would consider myself, I have a saying, I won't let anyone outwork me. What I mean by that is I'm usually the first one to boat ramp, last one off. I wasn't always like that, but now I am. And then another thing about me, I'm very calm and not much rattles me. Like I just keep moving, doing the motions, and
seem pretty solid.
Yeah, just trying to outthink the next guy, right?
You seem pretty tough too. Like back in the day when I used to hang out at the bars and stuff, Brad. If I got a big mouth, so I get in fights a lot. I think you'd be a good backup guy. Like you seem like you and Connor Summers could have my back. Like I think you guys could take care of me.
I usually have Bufflin do that. Like,
yeah, Bufflin. Buffle strong arm him. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going, bud.
And then in life, I guess in life I'm the same way. I kind of not much rattles me, very calm, and I've really gotten involved with high school fishing over the last couple of years, and I'm really involved in that. And it's kind of brought new life to my fishing too, like helping these kids out and making me a better angler and a better person.
Cool.
That's what I really like to do.
I like it. That's a good part about the Mafia is giving back. You know what I mean? The Mafia always got to give back. Hey, so I got to ask you, Bob Downey, and you, Rich. I got a different question for you guys now, and this is another exercise in fertility. Okay.
Okay.
So Bob, this is a deep question, and think about this for a minute. I'm about to hit you in the face. If there was no bass fishing and no bass, what the hell would Bob Downey do?
I'd probably bow hunt quite a bit.
Would you be a pro bow hunting guy on the Bow Hunter Elite Series? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you'd be a Bob Downey professional bow hunter on the Bowmasters Elite Series.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buy it.
I don't know. I'd probably just be spending time outdoors doing other things, honestly.
But how you going to make money?
Oh, how am I going to make money?
Yeah, you make money from the basses, bud. They're your buds. Now you're screwed. Now you're just telling me you're going shooting bows. Bows ain't bringing in the bucks. You got to have bass. You got to have bass and bucks and bows.
I know. Right now, I'm still working back home, so I'd probably just keep doing that.
Oh, are you? What do you do, Bob?
I work for a bonding company. We work with contractors and
like to get people out of jail. I've called guys like you before.
Yeah, kind of similar to that, but not quite bail bonds.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. All right.
But I'd probably do that. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I like doing it, but it's not, like my full passion for sure.
Well, shit. But bassing ain't easy. You always got bail bonds to fall back on.
That's right. You gotta have backup.
Hey,
plans.
Ginge, you got any commercial music for me? Give me some commercial music. This is amazing. I didn't know that. If you're in trouble and you need somebody to get you out of a jam, it's Bob Downey's bail bonds. Come on down, Bob Downey. He's going to get you out of jail. Do it quick. Call Bob, 1-800-942-BOB. He's your guy, Bob Downey bail bonds. Good job, Bob. Got something to fall back on. Hey, Hellabass. Look at you, Hellabass. You got a cool beard, bud. I like your beard.
I'm kind of disappointed that Josh shaved before this show. Like he had a week ago, he had a good beard.
He
Now
did.
It's gone.
He was getting thick in No Shave November, No Ropes November. And hey, you got a half a hat on too.
Custom visor.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, we got to get you one of them half tin cup hats. You'd look good in that.
But I would just take a regular one and make my own.
Oh, yeah, you're a customizer. Right.
But when we were hanging out there at the shop, they offered me one. I was like, no, I would just take a hat and cut it myself.
Yeah,
So,
I saw you customizing, and that's a talent. That's a talent. You got the good hair sticking out of the Byron Velvet hat.
I can make you one, Pat, if you wanted.
I would. Yes, I do. 100.
Custom Omnia visor. Should we send one out of the way?
Please, thank you.
We'll make it happen.
Hook that up. But you got the Byron Velvet thing going. I like it. But so I got to ask you, bud. I mean, what would Hellabass do? Your name's screwed right away. There's no bass. I mean, what are you gonna do if there's no bass or there's no bassing? What are you gonna do?
Unfortunately, like Bob, I got a real job and I've had one for 20 some years. So like I just all this tournament fishing and bass content creation and YouTube stuff's all done 5 to midnight. Like so
Yikes,
I mean,
cool.
if there wasn't bass, I'm sure I'd be outdoors chasing something else as my passion. I'd be all in on something. Like I don't know, I've given up softball, I've given up fantasy football, I've given up, all kinds of stuff. Cause like for me, it's like day job, it's my kids and their sports, and then it's bass fishing.
I feel really sorry for you that you had to give up fantasy football, by the way, Rich.
It's just so I can spend more time fishing. I know there's so many guys that are like, they do everything a little bit, but they ain't good at any of them. So I got to try to be good at something.
There you go. You're hammering it down with that. But yeah, I mean, hey man, at least you got something to fall back on. But man, I think all of us would be lost without bass fishing. You know what I mean? Pete would be screwed.
Oh, I'd be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you collect if it wasn't fishing lures?
Yeah.
What would you sell?
He'd be feeling up musky tackle. That's what
I'd be out
balls.
Yeah.
I'd be out tasing people for Bob Downey that didn't pay their bail.
I gotta say, when he first said that, I thought he said bondage.
Bob Downey's Bondage Emporium. That's it. It's like Stoner's Pot Emporium. It's all blatant false advertising. Hey, let's play an Elite Series game. You guys want to do that? And I'm sorry to leave you, Brad and Rich, out of this one, but these Elite Series guys, the cream rises to the top. And I see Rich rising, I see Brad rising, but these guys done rose, and we're gonna put them to a true elite test. All right. So Austin and Bob and new elite Josh, I'm gonna give you a choice, okay? And you guys got to pick one of these. And I'm going to let Austin pick first. Well, no, actually, Austin and Bob came in at the same time, right? You guys came... No? Am I wrong? Into the elites?
I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
what? Wait, are you guys both 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, but because you won...
Same year.
Yeah, 20... Yeah, that would be the same year.
That year lasted a really long time.
It was long. Yeah, it was. But, oh, wait, hold on. Before I go any farther, speaking of Minnesota, I got a text from a former Minnesota Viking. Guess who it is, Pete?
Brian Robson.
It sure is, and he's got a message for you kids.
Okay.
For you kids over by there in Minnesota. He said, tell these guys we all got to get together soon. I'm always rooting for them. I used to live right down the road from Austin and Seth and never even knew it. That's what Brian's saying. Tell him that. Did you guys know that? And
Yeah.
tell him I may have been born and raised in true Texas, but a piece of me will always be in Minnesota. You hear that?
Tell him we'll all come down and visit him in Texas here in a month.
Yeah. Well, he's inviting you. He's inviting you down. He said, "Come see him in Texas," and he said, "Until the lakes freeze over, and more importantly, tell them to keep the twig and berries and the franks and the beans warm because you're gonna need them. It's very important in life." And you don't want to lose those. Thanks, Brian Robertson, for the words of encouragement to the Minnesota Mafia. Pretty cool for him to text into you guys. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for real, Brett. I mean, like you got Linder mentioning ya, and then it's like, oh yeah, Brian Robertson knows I'm on here. He's texting this shit. You know, that's freaking choder, dude. Hey, all right, so let's get back.
Hey, I got one for you, Pat.
Go ahead.
I pulled up to a hotel room one night to go meet Zona for a drink because Zona was here filming.
Yeah, dropping names. I like you.
Yeah,
I like you.
Yeah, Zona's sitting on the sidewalk, and I walked up, and I said, "What the hell were you doing today?" Because I got him the hotel room. I knew where he was going to stay. I didn't know he got there earlier and been fishing. He had called Seth, and Brad took him out fishing. He goes, "You know Choder?" I said, "Yeah, he's a buddy of mine." He goes, "That guy can freaking catch him." So there's another attaboy for Brad.
Oh, wow.
Who can catch him?
The hell's gonna happen when he makes the elites? You're all screwed. You guys are all screwed. Hey, all right, so let's do this elite game, and we're getting the hell out of here. All right, and Austin. So we'll still let Austin go first because that's what I already said. And you have a choice here of 3 options, Austin, and the other guys are going to fill the other ones, so you can play. Screw your neighbor. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So all right. So you got a choice, Austin Felix. You can either spit some rhymes. Okay. You can do a commercial for Bassin Depends. Or you can sell the Bass Galaxy your favorite lure and sell it to them good.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay. Well, I've had to throw something in there. So, Austin, what's one of those 3 choices? You want to spit rhymes, you want to do a commercial for Bassin Depends, or do you want to sell us a sponsor lure, a lure of one of your sponsors?
I guess I'll sell you a sponsor lure.
Okay, Andy, give him some commercial. Give him some commercial music. Here you go. You better make it good. Like you picked the easy one.
Yeah. This is actually an Italian lure.
Okay.
Based on the Catalina wine mixer.
I love it.
It's actually called the Catalina Fighting Power 3.
Wow.
I threw it once this year. It looks really cool, and it's not available in the United States.
Nice. So we can get those at Omnia.
Coming soon.
That was horrible, but great at the same time. Thank you. All right, who do I go to? Who are you tossing it to next? Austin, who's up next? Is it going to be Joshy or Bob?
Oh, I better give it to Bob since he's not the rookie anymore.
Okay. All right, Bob. So you either got to do a commercial for Bassin Depends or spit some rhymes, bud.
I think I'm going to do a commercial for Bassin Depends.
I like it. Okay.
I almost picked that one.
Okay. So
that's what I wanted.
Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bassmaster Elite Series Pro Bob Downey for Bassin Depends.
Well, folks, here we have your Bassin Depends, and you really are going to want to wear these because when you drink your 3 cups of coffee in the morning and you drive out in the middle of Mille Lacs and it's about 9 a.m. and you feel like you got to go, you don't got to go back to the shore. You just keep snatching those smallies.
There it is.
Get yourself some Bassin Depends.
Bassin Depends. Keeps you warm in your britches. Good job. Heck yeah, Bob Downey.
Bassin Depends.
Back to the rookie. And, oh, yeah.
Rhyming.
Josh Douglas. He's an elite now.
That sucks.
right, but this is Stray Cast. This is the glorified version of a Bass and Talk show. This ain't no, this ain't no bullshit, buddy. We spit rhymes. Elite
straight bass on
elite spit rhymes. Go ahead. Yeah, get it.
Yeah, what do you mean? Just go ahead? You're just gonna throw it?
Hey, I'm a talk show host. You're an Elite Series guy. Let me give you a beat.
all those nice things I texted you earlier, Pat. I'm taking off.
Ooh, this is a good beat.
Right
now. Get it.
I love rap music, dude. I can't rap.
Listen.
Okay.
Feel it. Feel it.
You're gonna make me do this, aren't you?
I sure am.
I'm gonna go all right. I don't even know what to say or where to start.
Can I start you?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I'm Josh Douglas, and I'm here to say I love catching bass in a major way. That's it. You get one little bar.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's new Bassmaster Elite Series rookie Josh Douglas.
If you guys want more of that, I need to get paid like the rest of them get paid to do anymore. That's for sure.
Can we sign up for your OnlyFans for that? Or?
Yeah, exactly. That'll be later. I'll plug that here in a minute.
That's amazing, man. Well, thanks, guys. I had a good time with all of you on the show here tonight, and I look forward to having you guys on the show again.
Nice.
So I got to ask you this: like everybody's got, like goals and feelings of aspirations. So Rich, what's your plan? When are you going to be in the elites? How many years, Rich?
Well, it's not going to be next year.
Okay.
So I didn't make regionals for next year, so it's at least a 2-year plan.
Cool.
So for the short term, I'll keep fishing local, regional Bass Nation TBF stuff and pumping out the content on the Hella Bass YouTube channel, and where it's all about helping everybody catch more big bass and suck less. And whether that's me sharing my insight or having most of these guys, I think I've had everybody on here except for Brad. We'll have to maybe do that, Brad.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. So I mean, if anybody's interested, if you guys like this type of content, hanging out on streams and watching YouTube videos, then swing over to Hella Bass and see what it's all about.
Subscribe to Hella Bass on YouTube, 100%. And
big supporter of Omnia, by the way.
Yeah,
thanks,
100%. Yeah, 100%. Rich is always sending people over there, and so is the man Brad Leuthner there. And Brad, I got to ask you, like, when are you going to be Brad Leuthner, Bassmaster Elite Series Touring Pro? Is it 2 years? Is it 3 years? Is it next year? What is it? You tell me. Reach in the mind.
My goal is next year, but as Josh found out, it's not that easy, and hopefully the next couple of years. But I really want to be the first guy from Minnesota to win the Classic, so I have to get there first.
Aha! Look at that, boys. Look what happened there. I like that twist. Hey, Pete, what's pretty cool? That the folks over at your fine establishment, Omnia Fishing.
Yes, sir.
Which is quickly becoming one of the major premier hubs for bass and tackle, is giving away $50 gift card tonight. You spend it on whatever the hell you want, and and Brad, you're going to announce the winner tonight because you're your team Omnia too, and you're you and Rich over there, your team out. So we're gonna do. You're going to announce it, Brad, and what do you want? You want, like, drum roll? You want, you got to, we texted you the winner, by the way.
Oh, my God. I can't figure out how to get to my text. Hold on. Now you try to
The winner's name rhymes with Bill Dance.
Hold on. Here we go.
Hey, where did he go? Where'd Brad? It's Hide and Go Brad.
We lost him. It's over.
Hide and Go Choder. You think he'll come back?
Not all the Minnesota Bass Mafia is super tech savvy.
I don't know. Gosh, he's got the winner. The sun is just starting to climb up over Minnesota. All right.
Did we all get different people?
I don't know. Who all get different people? What are you talking about?
It's a group text.
Oh.
Alex.
That makes sense.
I can count the potato.
But the name on this thing doesn't rhyme with Bill Dance. Really?
No, it doesn't.
I just say
Not
shit,
even
Austin.
close.
I don't even know. I have no clue. Hey, can you sing the Bill Dance theme, Brad?
No,
Come
I'm not good
on.
at singing.
Come on.
I'm not as good as Josh at singing.
Josh, Josh did good. He really
No.
did.
No. I'm
Yeah.
good at rapping, bro. Not singing.
All right, Ginge, give him Hear He, Hear Ye. But do it in medieval voice, Brad. Come on, lighten up.
The winner of the Omnia $50 gift card is Jack Rowan. Something like that.
Are you saying
Roar? I think that's right.
Spell it. R-O-A-R-O.
It's Roar. Jack Roar.
Roar. Jack Roar. You want a
Jack Roar.
Jack Roar. Jack Roar. You won a $50 gift card to Omnia Fishing. All you got to do is direct message Straight Cast Attention Jake Haas. And
I think he has to buy chickens with that, though.
You get like 5 chickens for sure. How much do you get for every chicken sold, Brad? Like, what's your royalties on that?
Tell everybody.
Can't disclose that information.
Douglas wants to know.
Nobody's getting gypped on his golden ice swimmers.
Not as much as Josh's golden eyes.
Wow.
Hey, I want to show you guys something. Hold on.
Yeah, get it, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Ooh,
He's gonna rap.
What you got?
He's gonna rap
Trophy?
again. He's gonna rap again.
My biggest dream came true this year.
What do you got, bud?
And part of it was this.
Uh-huh.
This
Oh,
year
yeah.
from Douglas Lake. That caught me all my big bass.
Look
in
at
a third place
On
finish
the
this year
chicken?
at
On the
Douglas
chicken.
Lake. On the chicken at Douglas Lake to qualify for the Elite Series. I say you buy it.
Get some
It's the one.
credit.
Heck
No,
yeah,
Luther.
that's proper bassing right there in a testimony for Outcast and the chicken Jake. Hey, so tell me this, like I heard that like okay, there's the Outcast jigs, but the chicken jigs that are amazing, but you actually twice a year travel to the Himalayas, Brad, and there's a Himalayan chicken that you actually capture by hand. Completely greased, and you pluck this chicken and you make the most amazing hair jigs known to man with extra chicken fluff. Is that true or not? Any of it?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Usually I go to the coop in my yard, so it's not quite as far. And that's actually how I got the idea. I grabbed a couple of feathers from one of our chickens.
Okay.
All chickens.
Only in Minnesota.
Not one chicken was harmed doing it either.
But they were during the filming of this episode, I'll tell you that. And pretty strong testimony. Those chickens helped to bring Josh an Elite Series berth. So not too shabby. Hey, you guys want to do any like everybody's doing these, like everybody that's cool does like shout outs and shit now when they're online, you know? You guys want to do shout outs? Bob, you want to do a shout out before you go? Who you want to say?
Sure, I'll do a shout out.
Yeah, do a shout out.
I'll just say thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
It's
thanks,
an honor to be a part of this group. I've looked up to all these guys, honestly. I'm probably the youngest out of all of them. So it's pretty cool to be a part of this and see kind of Minnesota show up strong on a national level. It's like we kind of talked about earlier, Moyna kind of paved the way, and then Seth, I think, really kind of inspired a lot of us, and it's pretty cool to see everybody in Minnesota kind of making a name for ourselves. So thanks for having me on, and look forward to be back.
Yeah, 100%. Go win a derb. You're a smooth dude. Yeah. You're a smooth dude. Austin, how about you? Want to shout anybody out? Want to do some shouts?
I mean,
he don't want to do shouts. Brad, you want to do shouts?
Sure, why not?
Okay, go
I'll
ahead.
shout out you, Pat, for having us on. This is awesome.
Okay.
And shout out to Omnia for supporting it. Like to shout out FXR Pro Fish for letting me do something fun, and Leopold Optics, and yeah, everyone that follows us is awesome.
Heck yeah, absolutely. I'll go
Shout out
Austin,
to
back
Pete
to you.
for-
Go ahead.
Shout out to Pete for that excellent explanation of everybody in here, because I mean, me and Bob and Douglas have been around, but a lot of us are still on our way up, and like a lot of people probably watching this don't exactly know who we all are. So yeah, Pete's extensive explanation was pretty impressive.
It was really good, Austin. Seriously, as we say on this show, it was freaking spot on. About it. Hey, and Rich, you did some shout outs there, Hellabass and all that, but what else you got going on?
Yeah, just I was going to echo, hey, thanks for having me on. Thanks for Pete for the awesome intro. And I guess just thanks to all the people that are in the Hellabass community, and to all these guys that have been on the show. And thanks to Brad for accepting the invite that will come in the future.
Yeah, absolutely, bud. And how about you? How about you, Pistol Pete, Polish Pete Przeporia? Who do you want to shout out? Oh wait, did I do Josh yet?
No, you got to do Josh.
Oh, I didn't do Josh. Jeez Louise.
Just go to his website.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks, Pat. Awesome to be on Straycast. First time. Hopefully it won't be the last. Pete, humbling as always, dude. You got away with words, and I really appreciate that. But everyone on here, we're all good buddies. We've known each other a long time. We've seen each other's ups and downs along the way. But really, I mean, you fill the big board. I would say this is a big group of Minnesota anglers you put together in front of them. And you could easily fill this board again with another group of Minnesota anglers that are coming up right behind us that are absolutely as good. And, this is really just a start. We got a strong crop of anglers up here in Minnesota, even Wisconsin, as much as I don't want to give them much credit strictly to the really, but at the same time, no, seriously, we all come from basically the same roots. So it's humbling to be here, and we ain't the last, that's for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, heck yeah. And we look forward to seeing more of you, that's for sure, on the Elites. And Pete, what about you? Shout it out, dude. But you can't say Omnia. You can't say Omnia.
I won't
Don't say Omnia. Don't say OmniaFishing.com. Whatever you do, don't say OmniaFishing.com.
Well, I'll echo the rest to say thanks, Pat, for putting this all together and giving all these guys the shine they deserve. My home state has got a lot of talented anglers. It's not just in my head that they just beat us up for years on Minnetonka and around the state. These guys are really, really good. I'm glad. Thanks to all these guys for showing off my home state. It's really cool to see our state being represented on a national level all the time. So thank you to you guys. And I guess if I were to shout out anybody else, I would say I'd like to shout out a guy we brought up earlier, Mr. Al Lindgren, who's had a rough year this year, and he's Minnesota's own. And pre-Moyna, everything being cool, the first Bassmaster Classic ever that guy fished.
Uncle Al.
Started fishing media, our podcast world and digital world of media now and all that stuff. He was doing the first magazines, the first TV shows, the first all that. And I know, Pat, you lost a really good friend in Aaron Martins, and I know all these guys on this, including myself, looked up to him this year. And Al's had a rough year this year, losing some loved ones. So shout out to that guy. He's to me, when you say Minnesota Mafia, obviously we got Pedro leading the pack right now.
Yeah, that was cool.
But if there's a Mount Everest of Minnesota that you got to put, I got to put Al Lindgren right next to Pedro up there on that mountain.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt about it. Al, and hey, let's remind everybody, and if you guys want to help out too, December 5th is International Aaron Martins Day. Let's remember that, and everybody put a picture of Aaron up on your social and show some love. Let's continue that forever. You know what I mean? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Bass Fishing Minnesota Mafia. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you coming on. For real.
Thanks for having us. Good job. Good job this year, you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Pete.
All of you, and don't forget all this. For this is dumb for me to say this, but it's tomorrow on the podcast. up tomorrow in podcast form. Straight Cast, in case you didn't know and you're just tuning in for the first time. Hey, let's get the heck out. You guys want to join me? Let's just stick together and do a little outro. All right? You want to get freaky? Let's get freaky, guys. Let's get freaky. Thank you, Bass Galaxy, for this thin raft that we all float in and pay homage to the. You got cool hair. You got cool hair, Austin. I like that. I never really seen that. It's cool. Let's pay homage to this beautiful largemouth and smallmouth and I guess spotted bass that make things possible for all of us. And thank you to all the amazing advertising partners that keep Stray Cast afloat. And especially thank you to the Bass Galaxy and all the love today that you showed us on the Insta with your favorite podcast. Yikes! Who'd have thunk? The bottom has a rocky reputation. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Bob Downey? You know what I'm saying? Hey, this has been a Ginger Ninja production, right, Ginge? Yeah, you produced the hell out of this thing. And I think we're going to be all right, and Pedro is not going to put a horse head in our bed like godfathers do. I think we're going to be okay. You think so, Brad?
I hope so.
You think so, Rich?
Yeah, I'm worried because I'm just across the street.
Yeah,
from
he might get you. Yeah, Josh, you okay? Everything good?
Yeah.
You feel good?
I'll be all right.
All right.
I'm hoping I'll be good.
Austin, you gonna be okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And I know Bob is, and I know Pete. I'm still worried about Pete. But anybody and everybody, thank you so much. We're back next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central. Straightcast Facebook, Straightcast Roku, Straightcast.net, Straightcast Facebook, Straightcast YouTube, Straightcast Gumbo, Straightcast Simple, Straightcast Scampy, Straightcast Etouffee, Straightcast Ramen Noodles, Straightcast Manson, Straightcast. Jen, just stop the show whenever. Let me go. Let me go home. I'm home. I want to go. The Minnesota Mafia show has concluded.
See you, boys.
See you guys.
See you guys.